Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha TV. This Saturday morning, I'm Ashwarya with you. All the big stories from India and across the world coming up. Let us start with the headlines. Ahead of Parliament's winter session from Monday, Lok Sabha Speaker convenes all-party meet today. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu to meet all-party leaders on Sunday. "27 key bills, including Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019, Personal Data Protection Bill on government's agenda for winter session." Event to mark a 250th session of Rajya Sabha in Central Hall of Parliament. Centre plans to hold One Nation, One Pay Day to ensure timely payment of workers' salaries. Uniform minimum wages across sectors also under consideration. Income Tax Tribunal rejects Rahul Gandhi's application to make a Young India a charitable trust. Order may lead to opening of a 100 crore rupees income tax case against the Congress leader. And Sri Lankans vote to elect a new president today. 35 candidates in the fray. Key contest between Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Sajith Premadasa. Results likely on Sunday. Our top story this morning ahead of Parliament's winter session commencing from Monday. Leaders of both houses have convened all-party meetings. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla will meet all-party leaders in the afternoon today. And during the meet, Om Birla will seek the support of political parties to ensure smooth functioning of the House. And Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu has also called a meeting of the leaders of different parties in the upper house on Sunday. And also an all-party meeting has been convened by the government on Sunday ahead of the winter session. About 27 legislations, including the Citizenship Amendment Bill, will be taken up during the winter session. The session will conclude on 13th of December. And here is a quick look at the bills that are likely to be taken up in the upcoming session. Key bills in the Lok Sabha include the Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019, Arms Amendment Bill 2019, National River Ganga Bill 2019, the Personal Data Protection Bill, which aims to regulate the collection, usage, transfer and disclosure of personal data. And 38 bills are pending in the upper house, and these include the Interstate River Disputes Amendment Bill 2019, Transgender Rights Protection Bill 2019, Dam Safety Bill 2019, Constitution 125th Amendment Bill 2019. The winter session of Parliament will begin on 18th of November, and this will be a special one as it is the 250th session of the Rajya Sabha. And to mark the occasion, special events have been planned. Here are all the details.
Rajya Sabha is set to mark its historic 250th session. The journey of the upper house and its importance will be discussed on the first working day of the 250th session.
ये बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण है. हमारे राज्यसभा में कुल 250 सीटें हैं, अथराइज सीटें हैं, और ये हमारा 250वां सेशन है. तो इस हिसाब से ये बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण सत्र है हमारा, और इस सत्र को हम उसी ढंग से इस बार सेलिब्रेट करने वाले हैं. इस सेलिब्रेशन की शुरुआत जो राज्यसभा का प्रथम दिवस होगा सेशन का, उस दिन इस राज्यसभा के महत्व में, उसकी भूमिका और आने वाले कार्यों में और क्या सुधार इसमें लाया जा सकता है, इस पर एक चर्चा रखी गई है जिसमें सभी माननीय सदस्यगण भाग ले सकेंगे.
A special issue too has been prepared containing articles written by MPs, former MPs and constitutional experts, which will be released by Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu on 26 November. The day also coincides with the 70th anniversary of the adoption of the Indian Constitution by the Constituent Assembly. A commemorative coin of 250 rupees and postage stamps too will be released by Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
इस अवसर पर एक कमेमोरेटिव कॉइन और एक कमेमोरेटिव स्टैम्प हम निकालने जा रहे हैं, जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी द्वारा संभावना है कि दिसंबर के प्रथम सप्ताह में उसको रिलीज़ करके और उसकी प्रथम जो प्रति होगी वो हमारे अध्यक्ष माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी को वो सौंपेंगे.
While the Lok Sabha is dissolved either every 5 years or earlier to elect a new house, the Rajya Sabha is a continuous house. Its first session was held in May 1952. With inputs from Panchanan Mishra, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And in more news related to Parliament, in a bid to reduce Parliament's carbon footprint, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu inspected e-vehicles in the Parliament complex. The newly procured e-vehicles will provide transport facility to the members of Rajya Sabha. Now, Vikram Singh brings us this report.
In a bid to reduce carbon emissions, the Rajya Sabha Secretariat has decided to include electric cars in the fleet of Parliament House vehicles. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu inspected the fleet of e-vehicles in the Parliament complex on Friday. Rajya Sabha Secretary General Desh Deepak Verma flagged off the newly procured e-vehicles for providing transport facility to members of Rajya Sabha.
NCR क्षेत्र में जो आज प्रदूषण की स्थिति है और पूरे विश्व में जो क्लाइमेट चेंज का प्रभाव आ रहा है, उसको देखते हुए ये लगता है कि जो हमारे अल्टरनेट सोर्सेज ऑफ एनर्जी हैं उन पर बेस्ड और सारी एक्टिविटीज़ को हमें बहुत बढ़ाने की ज़रूरत है. और इस दिशा में राज्यसभा सचिवालय ने आज अपनी फ्लीट में 2 इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स को जोड़ करके ये एक कदम इस ओर बढ़ाया है.
These electric cars will be used as part of the fleet of vehicles used to provide transport services to MPs. A decision on increasing the number of e-vehicles in the fleet will be considered in the future.
सबसे अच्छी बात यह है कि इन इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स का कंजम्पशन बहुत कम है और ये जो इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स हैं इसके चार्जिंग स्टेशंस राज्यसभा के पार्लियामेंट के प्रीमाइसेस के अंदर ही बने हुए हैं, जहां पर ये चार्जिंग भी इसकी हो सकती है. और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि आने वाले समय में हम इसको और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल करके प्रदूषण के विरुद्ध जो पूरा विश्व का संघर्ष है और देश का संघर्ष है उसमें हम अपनी भागीदारी निभा सकेंगे.
The government made major announcements for pushing electric mobility in India as part of the Union Budget 2019. The GST rate on electric vehicles was brought down from the 12% to 5% in a bid to push the sale of EVs in the country. In addition, there is income tax deduction of 1.5 lakh rupees on the interest paid on the loans taken to purchase electric vehicles. Now Vikram Singh's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs met on Friday in the Parliament House complex, and the committee held discussions on current situation in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Home Secretary Ajay Kumar Bhalla and Additional Secretary of Jammu and Kashmir gave a detailed presentation before the committee. The committee discussed the current situation in the new union territories, including the release of political leaders there, the restoration of internet services, and information about the situation there. And on to the other top story that we are tracking this morning. The centre is planning to introduce a One Nation, One Payday System to safeguard the interests of workers in the formal sector. At the Security Leadership Summit 2019 on Friday, Labour Minister Santosh Kumar Gangwar said that the government is keen on this legislation to get passed soon. The Pan-India single wage day every month across the various sectors will ensure that the workers get timely payment of their salaries. The government is also looking at uniform minimum wages across sectors to safeguard better livelihood of workers.
वेतन कितने दिन में मिले, कौन सी तारीख को मिले, अभी तक कोई तय नहीं था. तो हमने सबसे पहला जो कोड पास कर लिया, अब कोड ऑन वेजेज, इसमें वेतन की एक रूपता, वेतन मिलने का दिन और समय के महीने में, सप्ताह में, 15 दिन में अगर वेतन मिलना है उसका समय और तारीख तय हो. और इसको निश्चित करा। हमने ये कानून, पहला कानून कोड ऑन वेजेज लोकसभा में पारित कर दिया। अब राज्यों में गया है, राज्य अपने हिसाब से मिनिमम वेज तय करने का काम करेंगे और बाकी तारीखें तय करेंगे। मुझे लगता है कि 2-3 महीने में ये प्रक्रिया सही स्वरूप होकर आपके बीच में आ जाएगी।
The Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, CBIC, on Friday clarified that salaries are not subject to GST and no GST has been demanded on salaries paid to the CEOs or employees. In a statement, the CBIC said that the media report in this regard, alleging that tax authorities want to impose GST on the salaries paid to employees, is factually incorrect and misrepresents tax authorities. The CBIC emphasized the GST law position, which clearly states that the salaried services by an employee to the employer shall be treated neither as a supply of goods nor as a supply of services. The CBIC said that in this regard, no notice has been issued to any company demanding GST on salaries whatsoever. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said on Friday that the government is considering proposals on raising the insurance cover on banks' deposits from the current 1 lakh rupees and regulating multi-state cooperative banks. She added that new legislations in this regard will be brought out during the winter session of Parliament beginning Monday. At present, bank depositors get an insurance cover of 1 lakh rupees on the amount deposited by the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. Meanwhile, speaking on the current telecom sector stress, Sitharaman said that the government doesn't want any company to shut their operations. Two major telecom companies, Vodafone India and Airtel, have posted a combined quarterly loss of about 74,000 crore rupees as they were hit by statutory dues after a recent Supreme Court hearing. In Breakfast News, time for a very short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Ministry of Steel has issued the steel scrap recycling policy.
The government has shown its intentions, all credit to it. Government has got both the ministries on board, all credit to it. Government has been able to identify, all credit to it. Now, real work starts. Legislation is okay, administration has to take.
This scrap, the two things are happening. One, it's coming within the ambit of the economy. And second, this scrap can be effectively utilized for future production. You've got such a large import bill on scrap. So job creation, direct, there'll be some direct benefits clearly, but I believe the indirect benefits will be much larger.
Steel is going to be a major mover and shaker of this economy. I do believe that consumption of steel, reusable steel, converting scrap into steel and making steel more efficient use is going to help the economy in general and is bound to create jobs in every sector.
Rabindranath Tagore was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913 for his book Gitanjali. In 1950, he composed the music and lyrics for India's national anthem Jana Gana Mana. And when Bangladesh became independent in 1971, they chose Tagore's song Amar Shonar Bangla as its national anthem. Tagore's life and works have made him a cultural icon, studied the world over, even into the 21st century.
Million people have now given the thumbs up to Rajya Sabha television. RSTV's growth has been phenomenal, with the journey from 2 million to 3 million being completed in less than 6 months. That's over 6,200 new subscribers every day.
Our online viewers are engaging with us more actively. Every day, thousands like, share and comment on our videos. So come and join this growing tribe of RSTV viewers and get ready for an exciting journey.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Sports Minister Kiran has called for collective efforts from the centre and the states in making India a fit nation and help build a sporting culture in the country. He made the appeal during his inaugural address at the Conference of Ministers and Secretaries of the states and union territories in charge of youth affairs and sports on Friday. Rijiju also called upon the states to sync their activities with the centre's programs.
स्पोर्ट्स कल्चर जो बनाने का जो बात है वो एक बेस बनेगा। इस देश में ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, मेरा ये पक्का मानना है हमेशा कि अगर आप मेडल लाते हैं तो सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, वो तो इट्स नेचुरल दैट यू विन मेडल फॉर इंडिया, द होल कंट्री सेलिब्रेट। लेकिन उसका क्या होगा जो मेडल नहीं जीत पाया? हम तो उसको तो पैसे राशि तो देते नहीं क्योंकि मेडल नहीं जीता, कोई पूछता नहीं। हाउ विल वी क्रिएट स्पोर्ट्स कल्चर इन द कंट्री? पॉलिसी सोचना चाहिए हर राज्य को कि स्पोर्ट्स का जॉब में क्या हो सकते हैं।
Meanwhile, Sports Secretary Radhesham Julania also called for creating a new culture that encourages sports. He said that the ministry is trying to make world-class facilities available for sportsmen and also plans on giving them jobs in government and non-government sectors for better financial support.
स्कूल एजुकेशन बोर्ड, स्कूल गेम्स एजुकेशन बोर्ड बनाने का निर्णय हुआ है। उसकी क्या रूपरेखा हो, किस तरह से स्कूल एजुकेशन स्पोर्ट्स बोर्ड बने। जितने भी हमने संपत्ति क्रिएट की है, स्टेडियम बनाए हैं, उसका 80% हम उपयोग नहीं कर रहे हैं, 10 से 15% उपयोग हो रहा है। हमारे जो स्टेडियम बनाते हैं वो हम इतने बड़े बनाते हैं कि उसमें ताले लगा करके 16 से 20 लोग उसकी चौकीदारी के लिए हमें रखना पड़ते हैं, और खिलाड़ियों के लिए एक्सेस देने की बजाय वो एक्सेस को हम काट देते हैं। तो किस दिशा में हम चलें, जब विस्तार से इसमें बात करेंगे।
And on to the other top story this morning, the Income Tax Tribunal has rejected former Congress President Rahul Gandhi's application to make a Young India a charitable trust. Rahul Gandhi had filed an application seeking to make a Young India a charitable trust, and the tribunal in its order said that Young India is a commercial organization. The order said that no genuine activities have been carried out by the assessee in the furtherance of the purpose. The order means that 100 crore rupees income tax case against Rahul Gandhi will be reopened. Last year, Rahul Gandhi and senior Congress leader Oscar Fernandez had challenged the 10th of September decision of the Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court had rejected their application for the reassessment of their income tax for 2011-2012 in connection with the National Herald case. The top court bench had then allowed them to approach the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. And the IT department began an inquiry after a complaint was registered by BJP leader Subramaniam Swamy in connection with the National Herald case. Now, a special segment on environment and climate change. A latest report by the Lancet journal says that children born in India will be particularly vulnerable to greater health risks due to climate change. with the shrinking harvest due to rising temperatures, threatening food security and increasing food prices. Children across the globe will be worst affected by malnutrition and health problems like stunted growth, weak immune systems, and long-term developmental problems. With increasing pollution, they will also be particularly susceptible to infectious diseases, lung-related diseases, and increased rate of heart attacks as well as stroke. Unless some serious action is taken now, by the time children reach higher stages of life, they will face increased risk from severe floods, prolonged droughts, and wildfires, as the world will be at least 4 degrees warmer. The top international news now. Sri Lanka is voting today to elect a new president. Around 16 million people will vote in a close contest between former wartime defence secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa and ruling party candidate Sajith Premadasa. Rajapaksa is the younger brother of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, and he is pitching himself as a strong leader, promising a safe country in the wake of prevalent anxiety over national security since the terror attacks. And his main rival, Sajith Premadasa of the ruling United National Party, is seeking votes on welfare issues, including shelter for all and universal education and health. President Maithripala Sirisena, who was elected in 2015, is not seeking a re-election. The results are expected by tomorrow. And sports news now. Kidambi Srikanth has entered the semi-finals of the men's singles event at the Hong Kong Open. Srinath comfortably clinched the first game against his Chinese opponent Cheng Long 21-13. And before the two shuttlers could start the second game, Chen Long gave a walkover. And today, Srikanth will face the winner of the quarter-final match between 7th seed Victor Alexen and Lee Chung-yu in the semi-final. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.